announced.
Wow.
No, it was important.
Oh, okay.
Like when you do that worldwide and the old like, whoa.
It is a story we simply cannot get enough of, the Beckham family feud being laid bare. Brooklyn launched an extraordinary public attack on his parents, finally breaking his silence on what had only ever been rumoured as a rift.
Taking to social media in a very lengthy statement, he made major claims. Among them, his parents have, this is a quote, been trying endlessly to ruin my relationship since before my wedding. He even went as far to say they told countless lies in the media to preserve their own facade, quote unquote. So as the family splinters, how exactly did we get here? For more, we're joined live by entertainment reporter Dean McCarthy out of LA. Nice to see you, mate. Before delving into this week's events, where did this Beckham feud actually begin?
Well, like many family feuds, it began with an overpriced wedding. There were some cracks in the ground before that, but it was the wedding that really kicked it off. Back in 2020, though, it was kind of happy days. Like, Victoria went online and said that she called Nicola the perfect daughter-in-law. She could not have asked for a better daughter-in-law. 18 months later was the wedding, apparently the wedding from hell, which we didn't know about. And then, of course, last year we saw Brooklyn and Nicola not only snub David's 50th birthday party, but also didn't turn up when David was knighted by King Charles. That, for me, was the moment I was like, oh, there must be something brutal going on in the family. For them not to go to David's knighting, that was when I was like, oh, there is trouble in paradise. And now, of course, this was all rumoured, it was speculation, and it only became an international front page headline when Brooklyn went on social media and told everyone the dirt.
Yeah, he actually, it was like a 10-page rant about everything that was wrong with his parents' relationship between him and his wife. What's your take on his very public statements?
Honestly, I found it brutal. I thought it was a low blow. I thought it was extremely mean-spirited, particularly towards his mum. His mum and dad have been very, very supportive of them. I thought it was really quite mean-spirited. And also, there's also quite a few facts in there that are not accurate. Like, he and Nicola did actually have their own first dance at the start of the night. Mark Anthony didn't come on till 11 p.m. So imagine 11 p.m. at your wedding. Everyone's had a few drinkies, we're all a little bit in the mood. Victoria gets a bit excited. David also got up during that dance. So did Romeo and his girlfriend and Harper. So there's a few little minor details in there that Brooklyn left out. And as for the dress, let's talk about this dress for a second. That dress, the Valentino that he alleges was like the last minute resort, they'd been making that dress for a year. They had been making that dress for a year. So it wasn't like the final hour thing. And also, $100,000 Valentino dress. Oh, poor thing, you know. So I just think I think it was a bit mean-spirited. I thought he went a bit too low.
You have never played violin in your life, have you?
Because I know you do it.
That's like you're doing your nails. Yeah, that's right. All right. Well, the Beckham camp has stayed pretty quiet since then. So David did speak on CNBC, of course, after the statements came out, and here's what he had to say.
I've always spoke about, social media and the power of social media, for the good and for the bad. They make mistakes. Children are allowed to make mistakes. That's how they learn. So that's what I try to teach my kids. But, you have to sometimes let them make those mistakes as well.
What did you and your violin take away from that?
So first of all, he only found out about the dramatic posts a few hours before that event. He was already scheduled to go to that. Apparently, he was asked specifically about them during that. He was not happy about it. I think that we will not be hearing anything from David and Victoria on this. They are not going to add fuel to the fire. If they're smart, they won't say another word unless Brooklyn keeps going, which I don't suspect that he will. But I think they'll just kind of try and let the dust settle a little bit on this one. I think they're very hurt though.
Oh, you'd have to be. We've also seen countless memes made about the family, particularly about the wedding dance. I mean, what's the take on how damaging this has been for brand Beckham?
Well, I mean, the memes are hilarious. Let's be real. They are quite funny. In fact, one of the memes has sent one of Victoria's songs to #1 on iTunes. So they're quite funny. But has it affected Beckham band? Probably, because I'll tell you why I think it has. Back in the day, we thought they were such a united, close family. The kids were front row at all of Victoria's shows. And now Brooklyn has come out and said that's all BS. We just do a photo shoot. You know, like it's all a front is what he's kind of alluded to. So that beautiful Beckham family brand, I think that he has kind of eroded, should bounce back, hopefully, but I think in the short term, it's definitely got everyone looking at them a little bit differently.
Yeah, right. Hey, not uncommon, of course, for famous family feuds to land on in the public eye here on the morning show. So what are some other key ones this sort of reminds you of?
Oh, you know what the first thing this reminded me of was Harry and Meghan when they did the Oprah interview. It was brutal. I mean, that was everywhere. And in a similar kind of situation in that they went and aired the dirty laundry, but the person on the receiving end couldn't really tell their side of the story. Like King Charles and William were never really going to give their own receipts. And the same way, David and Victoria were never going to go rebuttal all of his things. It also reminds me of, in a different way, the Spears family. Britney Spears' family are, I don't know, there's a mess. I can't think of any other way to say it. They're a mess. None of them speak anymore. It's so all over the place. And I mean, I just don't know how they're ever going to bounce back from that. And let's talk about Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie's family. Half the kids are changing their last name. None of them speak. There was an 8-year marriage-divorce battle. It has been brutal. So I think the public spotlight on them adds intensity and drama and obviously a lot of anxiety as well. So I think being a rich and famous family in the spotlight, not the easiest thing in the world. Not the easiest thing.
All right, Dean. Mate, thank you. Lovely to catch up. If you could just play us out to the break with your violin, please. Thank you.